Shalom. Giving all praise to Yahweh by Shem Al-Shai by Shem Al-Kwadash. Shalom to the 144,000 and the rest of you elect out there. Shalom to you all. I'll try to make this quick. Let's see where the Spirit takes me. I'm going to entitle this video, More Proof That We Are the Israelites. So this is a video, I believe it was my thumbnails, because I don't subscribe to this individual. This is Spiritual Life Hacks, Inc. I asked AI, so this is this individual. I asked AI about the true origin of the Hebrew people. And this is what, now the Hebrew people could, go many different directions because the Moabites, the Ammonites, the Ishmaelites, the Edomites are Hebrews. So a better question would be the Israelites. But the way the AI answers, if this is actually the AI, it's a woman's voice, sound like an Edomite woman's robotic type voice. She's talking about the Israelites. Because when we say Hebrews, like Sarnetto say the Hebrews, Edomites are Hebrews. Moabites are Hebrews. They also Semitic. Moabites are Semitic. Ammonites are Semitic. Ishmaelites are Semitic. The 6 sons that came from through Abraham and Keturah are Semitic. So anyway, it says, I asked AI about the true origin of the Hebrew people, and this is what it said, Hebrew origins. So it's gonna play here, but let me do this. Now, let me leave it this way for now. If we have to go to subtitles, we'll do that. But everything pops up here. Asking AI the true origins of the Hebrew people. Hebrew language origins come from A. So this is the AI talking. Root, like Hebrew come from a root to cross over, which, yes, you could say that. Because if you cross over something, you say, where you coming from? I'm coming from the other side of that bridge, which is the past. But the word Hebrew, Ibaryath, which means past. At present, if you did something 2 days ago, and 2 days later somebody asks you, what did you do 2 days ago? You're speaking in the past. Passing over can mean, going from the present past tense to the present tense to the future tense. So crossover can mean that, but Hebrew Ibar actually just means past in the present tense. So they kind of right. Crossover. So the original Hebrews, those who cross over, I'm sorry, let me bring this back. Cross over. So the original Hebrews were those who cross over, not just physically, but it was Abraham that was really, Muslims will tell you, Abraham crossed over, right? But spiritually. And we're crossing back over again. We're crossing over back to, it tells you that in Baruch chapter 4. Let me go to that. Matter of fact, I'll go to that in a minute. It's in the book of Baruch. Speaks about that in Baruch chapter 4, Baruch chapter 5, and also Baruch chapter 2, which I may or may not go into that. It says they were bridges. Right, there's spiritual bridges and there's physical bridges that you cross. Between dimensions, right? This is the spiritual. Dimensions is going to the spiritual realm. You have 3 dimensions. You want to go to the 4th dimension? You want to experience the 4th dimension? Kill yourself. You'll go right into the 4th dimension, but then you can't come back. The Apostle Paul went into the fourth dimension, and the Most High put his spirit back in his body. What is that near-death experience? You are dead. You're in the spirit. You're in the fourth dimension, and the Most High brings you back into your body. I may go into that. I may put in near-death experiences. See how much that pops up, and what people say. Because you got a lot of our people, Jakes, that are receiving visions of the MOTB, of nuclear destruction, of so-called black people, Latino people, and Indian people beating the shit out of Edomite-looking people, which are Edomites. Dimensions, tribes, and the realms of thought. Right, because it's a thought thing. Let every man be fully persuaded in what? In his own mind, right? Man, woman, and child. This wasn't about race. Well, it is about race, because people don't even understand the meaning of the word race. You look at a white person, he's from the white race. No, that so-called white person with blonde hair, blue eyes, could be from the race of the Hebrews. Race just goes back, Raza, Latin, Raza, which means gene. They were bridges between dimensions, tribes, and realms of thought, and wasn't about race. Yeah, because what John saw, and I've been saying this quite a few times recently. Revelation 7 verse 9, the multitude, when John saw the multitude, the angel said, "Who are these people?" And he's looking at them. He's saying they don't look like Israelites. They look like Edomites, Moabites. They look like the people round about Israel. And he said, them are the Israelites right there. And that's how they're going to look. They're going to come out looking like all these different nations. Because remember, we were scattered. We mingled our seed among the other nations. About soul alignment, right, getting back in order through the Spirit. And divine purpose. The divine purpose is that Esau must go down for Israel to come up. For the Most High's people, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai's people to come up. And you have to push. See, we're in this crossing over, as the AI said. Part of it is knowing that you're an Israelite, and another part of knowing that you're an Israelite, you have a God. What God does the Israelites have? They have the God of Israel, which is known as Yahweh, and the son's name is Yahweh Shai. So you got guys like Nate talking about their prophets and their apostles. And look, if you a prophet and an apostle, you would damn sure know the name. Recently he throws in that the apostles is over here because he wants to be us. You know, he wants to pretty much say he's an apostle. Divine purpose, today. No, I'm sorry, let me bring this back. Race, it was about soul alignment and divine purpose. Today. Many of their descendants, we are the descendants of the Israelites, are found among black and melanated peoples. Black, and many of them, the Hebrew descendants, are found in black and melanated people. So he looks like an Israelite. He would most likely be an Israelite. Especially those in Africa. Why do they say Africa? Where did the slaves come from? Primarily from the western coast of Africa. The diaspora dispersed, Isaiah 11:11. The Americas, because them coming from the West Africa, Nigeria, and those surrounding areas, that was the fulfillment of Deuteronomy 28:68. Afro-Asiatic tribes. This is why you have Puerto Ricans that can pass. You got Puerto Ricans that can be actors and pass for Arabs. You got a lot of Arabs that come over here and they fall in love with the poor Ephraimites and Simeon because they look like our people. Because they're Middle Eastern people. But you got the Ishmaelites, you got the Midianites, you got the Disites and the Datites, and then you got the Israelites, which are like the Latin tribes. And remember, back then we didn't all look black. Remember, Jacob's sons came out of 4 different women, and then we did capture other nations that look different phenotype wise, and so we came out looking like and the fact that we look like every color under the sun, we look like everybody under the sun, is because of mixing. That's why in Amos 9, Mosiah said he's going to sift the house of Israel. So you're going to have Israelites looking like Edomites, looking like Moabites. Like the Beta Israel of Ethiopia, which they're not the people. Can some of them be the people? They're not the people. That goes back into the history of 2 Kings, the 17th chapter, how they pushed them in the region, those people around there, they pushed them into the land of Samaria. And some of them went back migrated to Ethiopia. And they kept what was given to them by that priest. The Igbo, which is another, they used to say the Igbo is another way of saying Hebrew. Igbo. Afro-Asiatic tribes, like the Beta Israel of Ethiopia. And by the way, it was a small, so when vocab says, well, the Israelites, he keeps saying, Solomon was not a black man. He wasn't a white man, but he wasn't black. And the person that said I am black is the Shulamite woman. First of all, the Shulamite woman was a fictitious character in the songs of Solomon. Remember their songs. You have what's this song? I think it's called "The Warning," if I'm not mistaken, by Biggie Smalls, Notorious Big. I believe the name of the song is "The Warning." Who the F is this? Page me at 5:46 in the morning. He's talking to this other guy, right? And the guy, he sounds like he's having a conversation with somebody else. It's the same dude, but it's him, but they filtered his voice to sound different. So he's doing all this. He's doing all the singing, pushing out them lyrics. So now you can do songs. There's Jakes that did songs where they're singing a song, but what is a song? A song is a story. Most songs are experiences that people had, whether it be Edomite, Jake, or whatever. It might be singing about a girl, then you come to find out, well, what made you write that song? Well, this is talking about my girl, Susie, my first love, so I said I wrote a song about it. So in the song, he might sing the part of the woman. So there goes the Shulamite woman. And the reason why vocab can't see it, because he's not a spiritual person. His eyes are not open. That's why he was quick to say, Solomon didn't say he was black. Oh, so let's assume Solomon's a white man. So he was in the black woman? So what did the sons come out? If he had a baby with that woman, he came out looking about his color. If the Shulamite woman was that, the Shulamite woman is a character. The woman did not exist. The reason why, like I said, I'll say it again. The reason why it's called the Songs of Solomon, because he sung a bunch of songs like his father, David, which sung songs. The Psalms are songs. You sing them, you don't read them. Let's keep going. The Igbo, matter of fact, you know what I'm gonna do? Let me do this. Let's see. Igbo. or origins of the word Igbo. They pronounce Igbo. So let's see what happens. They use some. I remember they used to say it goes back to the word Hebrew. Let me see what it says. Okay, wait a minute. Hebo. Hebo. When Esau sold the slaves on the auction blocks, they had signs up and they called the Negroes Hebos. The word Igbo, formerly also Igbo, used as a reference to Igbo people and their language, because our original language is Hebrew, has various theories about its origins, including suggesting that it means the people, forest dwellers, and is connected to the ancient. Let's open this up. Okay, so right here it says etymology of forms of the name Igbo, formerly also spelled Hebo. West African origins of language, the case of Igbo. So now let's look up the word Hebo. Let me just spell it out. Hebo. Hebos. For sale. Let's see what comes up. Hebos for sale. Boom, bingo. Look what comes up. To be sold on board the ship. I can hardly read this. I can't see the year. It says 150 fine, healthy, fine Hebos. They weren't calling us Negroes at first, or niggers. They were calling us Hebos. Because Hebo goes back to the word Igbo, which are the Hebrews. That's the way the Edomites said Hebrews. They call them Hebos. We got some Hebos. Just arrived from the Windward and Rice coast. The utmost care has already been taken. They sound us like with cars in a dealership. Shall continue to keep them free? Right, you don't want to get a sick Hebo of being infected with the smallpox. Remember, Esau used that against Gad. No boat having been on board and all other communication. So they made sure they were healthy. And they said fine, healthy, 150 fine, healthy, fine Hebos. So let's do this. Hebos in history. 18th century text had the word as Hebo or Igbo, which goes back to Igbo. Igbo was thought to be a corruption of Hebrew. Igbo is commonly presumed to mean the people. No, it means Hebrew. They spoke the Hebrew language. The root bo is judged Sudanic origins. Some scholars think that the word is derived from the verb gibo and therefore has connotations to protect. What percentage of slaves were Igbo? What percentage of slaves were Igbo? 80% of the people were slaves. I mean, were Jake. Refers at researchers such as David Iltis estimate about 30 and 45 of the imported slaves were from the Bight of Biafra. Of these slaves, 80% were likely Igbos, which are Hebrews. Okay? More proof right there. Anyway, let me come on back. Anyway, I'll play a little more, then I'm gonna close. Nigeria, others carry ancient Israel-like customs. Anyway, I'll leave. Matter of fact, you know what? Let me close on this. I may come back. The truth